El 80% de las bacterias no están en los dientes.
All right, we are live. It looks like the Vegas Koalas brought a sign of excellence and has the koala in the background. That is
You got that
excellence.
right, buddy. Look at that. Excellence in the eucalyptus tree. How about that for quality?
That is quite the introduction. That is quite the introduction indeed. And
Good
I
music,
like
by the way.
good song selection. I think what I'll start doing is asking the guest to pick the song if they want an intro song just to pump everybody up. I had the choice last week of doing the NFL primetime song, but big fan of this one.
Good.
Well, this is a very special episode, everybody. I know our league has been dying to hear what the Vegas Koalas have to say, and just so everybody knows, we're going to do things a little differently today because you asked for a deep dive into other teams instead of your own team. Is that correct?
Yeah, correct. I've got a few comments for all the owners of the league. How do you like that? I think it'll be entertaining for everybody.
I agree with that. I think I like the idea. All right. Well, I want to start off by asking you. Last week, did you place any bets with the Krispy Kremers? Did you make money? Did you lose money?
I'd rather not talk about that at the moment. Instead, why don't we talk about the playoff beard? You notice that?
The
Yep,
playoff.
looking good, right?
Okay. Well, so are
We're going to
you?
call this the playoff beard. Well, I'll tell you why. Because we're only halfway through the season, and it looks like the Vegas Koala franchise is already qualified for the playoffs.
Well, that's interesting. So the playoffs haven't started yet. You're correct, but you're assuming that you're going to make the playoffs. I don't know if this is a
No, I'm not
guarantee.
assuming. Look at the record right now. You know what it is?
You're not
Five
0
and
and
two.
okay. You're not 0 and 7. All right.
No, 5 and 2. And look at the scrubs I'm going to play the next 3, 4 weeks. I mean, I'm guaranteed a 10-win season. Last time I looked, I think 7 wins qualifies you for the playoffs. I'm a lock.
We'll have to see about. I know Ryan has been saying since the beginning that 7 wins would be a lock. I'm not convinced that is the case personally. There's going to be one
Can I
person's. Yeah, go
can
ahead.
I interrupt you a minute? It's not Ryan. It's the best commissioner we've ever had.
Oh, that's not what I want to hear. That's. I don't think that's true at all.
I'm here to speak the truth.
In fact, um, you wanted to you wanted to season. So, like one of the things that we can talk about is are the seasons leading up to this dynasty league. We can really take a deep dive pre dynasty, because you claim to have been successful in redraft leagues, but I'm not so sure if that's the case. Any evidence of that, or can you speak to that?
You're you're not so sure. Well, how do you think your collection has been paid for? 2 years in a row, while a franchise won the entire league with two people,
I'm
Mr. Dante Culpepper and Mr. Randy Moss, back in the day, maybe before you guys were born. Those two lit it up like you wouldn't believe back when Randy Moss was good before he ever went to the Patriots.
I'm I'm gonna need
But
evidence of that. So if anybody has something in the chat, uh, and wants to dispute that or support that, I'd be happy to know if that's the case. But
since one
uh,
other owner was alive at the time, he could probably verify it. It was Culpepper to Boss for 2 straight years, and I had them both on my team.
yeah, well, okay, but then competent fantasy owners were born and
Hmm.
started playing. Hence why you haven't won yet. So this is
Actually, no, not quite correct. The reason I haven't won in this league yet is because I've been most of my time involved in poker and hockey. Only this year have I even woke up to the fact that I'm even in this league. And now that I'm trying, look at the results.
yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. How many times have you made the playoffs? Have you made you've made the playoffs before? I don't know,
I
once or
think
twice.
3 out of however many years.
So it's three out
I
of
don't have
okay.
any hardware until this year.
Well, we'll see. So you just made a big trade for Cooper Cup.
Hmm.
Do you think that that's going to be the difference between championship and not championship? Do you think you need another piece?
I don't think I need another piece, no. The quality up and down the lineup is as good as it gets in this league. And in fact, my reserves some weeks have outscored people's regular teams. So I think I'm fine where I'm at. In fact, my sources tell me somebody named Kenyon Drake on the DCs is hurt. Is that correct?
It is, but we're going to keep moving forward. We have a lot of depth on the Dynasty Champions. We take injuries in stride. Unlike some teams, the Heroes Dynasty Deserves comes to mind. They suffer an injury or two and they got a tank. Um, but here at the
Tank.
Dynasty Champions, we're ready for it. If someone goes down, next person steps up, and we always explore other options. Um, I don't mean to call you out publicly, but we had a deal in place for David Montgomery, and
Hmm.
I really want to say how disappointed the Dynasty Champion organization is with the Vegas Koalas. There was a deal in place, and then it's like, well, let's wait till next week. That was the word coming out of the Vegas Koalas. That was several weeks ago. And as each
Right.
week passed, it's like, well, let's wait another week. But we we needed to get a deal done, and we're disappointed that it couldn't happen. Um, if you want to try to defend yourself, you're more than welcome to. But I just want to let all the owners out there know that the Vegas Koalas do not always uh, follow through with what they're saying. So you might
Well,
think you have a trade in place, and then it falls through. It's very disappointing.
are you done rambling on? Let me go on here. First of all, I don't need to defend myself. When you have the team I have, you don't have to defend yourself against anybody or anything. All you do is win, as Ryan's going to find out in week 12. Um, I can tell you this. I will trade you David Montgomery. I don't need the man. My running back core just got better because Chase Edmonds became running back one in Arizona. I don't know how that happened. Oh, wait, Drake got hurt. So not only do I have Arizona's number one running back, you need a running back even more. So I, out of the goodness of my heart, will trade you David Montgomery after this week. What do you think?
After this week, there's the key phrase. Why after this week? Why is that?
Well, I do believe my new stud, Mr. Edmonds, is on a bye week. I'm going to need Montgomery.
Oh, so you don't have a lot of depth. So you see, the thing is, what's ironic is, all this 1 week deal. You're obviously needing an extra week for a reason, and this reason is because something keeps popping up to where you're concerned. You keep plugging David Montgomery into your lineup, so it sounds like you need him. So I don't know. I don't even know if you can trade him. That's the thing. I'm doing you a favor. I'm letting you keep David Montgomery. I mean, I would
Hmm.
gladly take him, but it seems like you need him.
Okay,
That's
he's
what I'm
on my
getting from
bench and you
this.
need him to start. So I will again. I will trade you for maybe a first and a second rounder after this week, if you wish. Make you happy.
Well, we'll see. I want to give a heads up to everybody out there. I'm not going to disclose the player or the owner, but we are in trade talks with somebody else, and we are hoping to make an electrifying move, to say the least. I want to put the league
Who?
on notice.
You and another unnamed owner?
Yes, that's correct. I'm not going to say the name of the owner or the player, but the hope is that it gets done within the next couple of days. But here we're here to talk about the koalas. And the thing with the Vegas koalas, I think a lot of people could guess where the Vegas part comes from, but um, I think the league is curious to know why the koalas. Like, where did you come up with the Vegas koalas name? Like, do you want to explain
I,
that?
I mean, I thought it was common sense. You think of the word excellence, which represents my organization, and you think koala right away. I mean, think about it. They live in Australia year round. They live up in a beautiful tree year round. They eat eucalyptus. I mean, they get all the girls. Look at them. They're cuddly. They're handsome, beautiful. I mean, come on. What's not to like about a koala? Makes sense to me, right?
Is all of that true about a koala? I didn't know any of that about koala. Sounds like you've done your koala research. Is I don't know about
Indeed, I
that.
have. Well, look, I've got one. Look at that. Now look at that. Would you not want to be that right now?
It Yeah, if we had the climbing ability of koalas, I could dig that for sure. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we're getting a zoomed in view here. Yeah, koala's just peeking out. That's a
It
solid
looks
koala.
pretty happy and content.
Are there any koalas in Vegas though?
Only that guy that comes along on the trips with me.
Goes on trips with you. Okay. Well, here's the thing. So this is
Yeah,
it's interesting when you brought up a trip to Vegas because I know the league a while back. I want to say it was a season or two ago. We had discussions about doing a draft. It would be the rookie draft or free agent draft of some sort in
yeah.
Vegas. Um, is there
I am all for it.
Well, the rumor is you could
Yeah.
confirm this rumor that if you win the league this year, you're buying 12 tickets. You're buying everybody and flying everybody out to Vegas. Is that rumor correct? I believe it is.
Actually, it's partially correct. I'll either pay for the airfare or the hotel, one or the other. In fact, I would probably rent out a condo, like VRBO, and we can all hang out together and have fun on the strip for a few days. I'll do that in
Okay.
a heartbeat.
Well, you heard it here first, league. Rumors are true. Trip to Vegas. Now, when could this happen? Do we have to wait until you win the league? Because if we have to wait until you win the league, I don't know. I don't know if there's going to be anytime soon. Um, or is there a timeline here?
It's comments like that, which I understand why fellow owners Alex and Ryan are not a big fan of yours. So I'll let that one go.
Oh man, yeah. Well, Alex and Ryan, those are my two least favorite owners, to say the least. Okay, so we
Well,
got the.
hey, hang on. Let me turn the tables here. Let me interview you for a minute. So you've got the bet with Alex going on this season, correct?
Yep, easy money,
So
easy money.
uh, for who?
Me, I
For
already,
you?
yeah, I already, in the beginning when the bet was first made, I took $100 and I put it in a drawer,
Hmm.
and I told myself I wouldn't touch it,
Hmm.
just to make sure safe. I have $100. It's set aside for the bet, but after week one, I decided I'd spend it because I knew I wouldn't need it. I don't need that $100 because I know I'll get $100 from Alex. So it took one
It's
week.
because you're going to win.
Oh, easy,
Uh-huh.
easy. I
Okay,
had
so let me ask you this. Have you guys worked out the details if you tie at the end of the year, like same record?
we
Does it go
do
head to head or what happens?
no we it's a push. It's a push. So
Got it.
yeah. No, it's fine. The concern level of the dynasty champions is about zero, and it has been since the beginning. Right now
Hmm.
we have the same record. The Green Machine has been more competent than expected, I think. But I know Brendan. Brendan has a strong lineup this week. It looks like he's going to beat Alex. I'm going to be picking Brendan in the pick'ems.
Hmm.
And got a super easy match against Madden's Ultimate Team. Can't ask for a
Hmm.
better matchup against the L2 Johnny led Madden's Ultimate Team. So yeah, we're expecting to be 5-3. And just got a text from Kevin. Um, we expect to be 5-3, and have Madden's Ultimate Team be 5-3.
Okay, so I think you lost me in about half the league there, the last minute or two. So,
What
uh,
is any of that false? Are you disputing any of it? Do you not think that's
well,
true, or
let's.
are you thinking I'm not saying factual
I tell you
things?
what. Why don't we bring Chris in and have him give us the betting? I don't even know how to say this. How many people are going to pick you? How many do you think,
I would love for Chris to do that. I
Chris?
mean, so yeah, Chris. Chris, if you're listening, if you could do a prop bet, to see between Alex and I, who will have the better record. Um, that could be interesting.
No, that's not what I said. I'm talking
Oh,
about this week, you against Madden Ultimate Team. How many people are going to pick you over him?
gotcha. That's all right. I see what you're saying. I hope everybody. I mean, I know I'll be picking myself. We're favored to lose by 8. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, we're a little disappointed in that. We thought we'd be favored by about 10 to 15. But we'll take advantage of the
Hmm.
easy line.
Yeah, you can bet on yourself to win, right?
Yeah, it could happen. But I wanted to, yeah. So back to the bets though. So you didn't want to talk
Hmm.
about last week, so I'm going to assume that was bad news for you. Have you been
Okay,
able
let me put
to?
it to you this way. I took every under I could, and we set a record for a league in points, so you can imagine how well I did.
Okay,
Not too many
well,
unders came in. In fact, none, I don't think.
gotcha. Well, it sounds like a rough week then. I'd be curious to know, from Chris. Chris, if you're listening, feel free to send in the chat. I want to know how Chris did overall.
Hmm.
I want to know if he was profitable, not profitable. So we'll see what he says. Personally, I was up $10. I did three $10 bets, and
Right?
I won two out of the three. So
Good.
I was up 10. I'm happy about that. Have you had a chance to look at the lines this week?
I have three blowouts and three pick'ems, essentially. Uh, I don't know what I'm going to do yet. How about you?
No, I definitely plan on. I'll probably do the same thing I did last time. Three $10 bets. There were a few.
Hmm.
There were a few that stood out to me. And we could go through them if you want.
Yeah, let's do.
Cool. Yeah, let me pull that up. What stood out to me? Um, okay, yeah, I got it here. Now, Alex says that sources say he was profitable. That's great. I'm glad Chris is profitable. So that's a good week. I'm profitable, and I'm happy for Chris. He was profitable. So I'll call it a
Yep.
successful week. Okay.
Well, we don't want the sports book to go bankrupt in week one, so I'm glad he's profitable also.
Yeah, that means he did a good job with the lines. Hopefully he wasn't too if he was too profitable then well I guess that means he did a good job or people were
He,
just
he
bad.
did. He did.
Yeah, no, fair enough. Okay. Who is who is MD? Why am I who's Chris playing this week?
Hmm. It's not the Mon Dynasty, I know that.
Wait, it actually is.
Is it? Is it him? Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, MD Mon Dynasty.
Okay. I didn't
Yes,
even see this one before. How is he a pick'em against Mon Dynasty?
I know that. Okay, so that's one that stood out to me. Um, now I'm hesitant to say this. So I think that line is not good. And I think Chris was being a little humble there. Um,
Well, then
however,
pound him.
however, I think this line is subject to change dramatically. So I'm not going to pick it because I know I'm confident in saying that. So why
See,
would
that
it?
doesn't make sense. As the better, you need to pound him right now and get all over what he put because it is kind of a messed up line.
Correct.
Unless Chris has a lot of bye weeks that I'm not aware of. I didn't look.
His lineup looks normal. His lineup looks normal. However, trades become void, or a bet becomes void if a trade is made within the league.
Yep.
So that's what I'm predicting. I'm
Until the new
predicting
line is posted after the trade, correct?
exactly. Yeah. So I'm what I'm saying is I'm going to stay away from that because I know the line will change anyway.
Yep.
That's what I'm saying. That's my point. Okay.
And then if you go in order, it looks like the Vegas Koalas are favored by over 35 again. I guess that's a normal thing every week, right?
So are you going to cover? Because I was thinking no. Austin has a strong team. That's one I was considering putting $10 on is for Austin to cover.
Okay, to cover, but not to win. But I don't
Right,
know.
right.
I'll think about it. But here's the deal. I hope tonight we go over every team and maybe I can rank them a little bit currently.
Hmm.
And honestly, Austin's team for the future is looking awfully good. He's got some unbelievable young talent. So props to him for what's coming up for him the next year or two,
Yeah,
in my opinion.
yeah, we talk about that after these bets. Is there any lines that you're for sure betting on or no?
The one that I'm not getting anywhere near is Green Machine and Heroes Dynasty Deserves.
Okay.
That line is perfect, in my opinion, which means I'm not going to get anywhere near it. Uh, Believe it or
Okay.
not, I like you. I'll take the 8.
All right, that's what's
Uh,
up.
I, well, except you're going to lose in real life, but I'll still give you the. I'll take the 8 with you. I think you're going to lose probably by 4 or 5.
All right, that'll be devastating.
Um, it would.
But hey, to be determined. I'm telling you, I got to keep my mouth shut here. But if all goes well, the dynasty champions are really, really pushing to make a move this week. It has to happen this week. Johnny, if you're listening,
Hmm.
and also I know I was bashing on Johnny's team or saying I was going to win for sure, but and look, I'll just give I'll give my honest thoughts here. The way my lineup stands right now, I don't think I'm going to win. I have to start Frank Gore. Frank Gore's in my lineup, which is not good.
Can I
Um,
interrupt you a minute,
yeah,
please?
yeah.
Okay. When Drake went down in Arizona, I mean, I did somersaults for 2 reasons. A, because now Edmonds is running back 1, and B, so we can all see Frank Gore more on your team.
Well, look, it's a rough bye. So Kenyon's on a bye week, right? Anyway, I know he's hurt,
And
but
he's, yeah.
he's at a bye week. David Johnson, new stud addition to the champions, is also on a bye week. So running a little thin. Sony Michelle and Chris Thompson have COVID apparently.
Mhm.
So we got a lot of depth, but we trust if Frank Gore is in there, he'll be productive. That'll be fine. But like I said, that is not for sure just yet. It could change. Frank Gore may not be in the lineup. Could be a new addition to the squad.
Yeah, his name is David Montgomery next week.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Yeah. Okay. So a couple comments real quick. Kevin says if Shinwoo sets his best lineup, he thinks Shinwoo will get his first W. Um, you
Actually,
know.
that's a prop bet I would like to make. I've got some prop bets that I want to put out to the league,
Oh,
and
okay.
one of them is Chen Wu will not win a game this year. And that's nothing against him. I love the guy. He knows that. But his team is decimated and it's not that deep. I don't see where he's going to get a W anywhere.
Okay. Are you playing the house on this one? Are
I will,
you
but I'll get to that in a little while.
okay? All right. Um, Alex, Alex with a classic comment about Drake not getting his RB1 job back.
He
Um,
won't. Hey, all kidding aside, the Arizona franchise for real was leaning towards Edmonds like 2 weeks ago. More and more and more. You can see his reps increased every week.
I will say I'm very disappointed in in the Arizona coaching staff. I don't believe they are utilizing Kenyon Drake's talents to the best of his ability. Look, I'm not
Hmm.
bashing Chase Edmonds. I think he's fine, but Kenyon could absolutely catch the ball. I mean, he's dynamic. Now, yes, he's not the greatest runner. He's probably of average, above average, but they're not giving him the ball for receptions. Those go to Edmund, which is very valuable for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's been rough to watch, but we believe in Kenyon. It's all good. Um, Kevin says he'll bet Johnny 10 out of 10 times in this matchup.
Kevin's a
Um,
smart man.
and then Ryan has Scott
But I
lost
think
his. Oh,
he's
go
saying
ahead.
straight up, not with the points, I'm sure.
Yeah, good question. Yeah, Kevin, you could clarify that if you want. Ryan says, has Scott lost his mind after his first highest scoring week in team history? Okay, here's the deal. I could have came in. I'm just saying, I could have came into this show rubbing it all in, but that's a false message if I'm reading that correctly. This is not the first time I've been the highest scoring team in the league in a week. That's not true. It's not true at all. I have had at least a couple highest scoring weeks. So go check your facts, Ryan. That's
It's
not
Mr.
true.
Commissioner, but yeah, okay.
No, just he's got to do a better job. And then
Actually, here to make you happy, Scott, I am going to decimate him week 12. I'm going to make Ryan wish he never played fantasy football. It is going to be ugly. It's my only time I get to play him this year. Week 12, be there. It will be ugly. I will try for the first time against him just to put him in his place. There.
that's exciting news. Okay, well, all right. I'm gonna mark that on my calendar. Week 12. Excellent. Got the excellence up. All right, good deal. Yeah, I mean, Ryan. The thing with him is, he's an easily hateable team. And not just his team, but not a very likable guy either, outside of
I got
fantasy
to totally
football. So
disagree. I love the guy. In fact, he's probably my favorite owner other than myself. When I'm not looking in the mirror, I'm probably like hoping he wins. But I'm telling you, he's going to wish he never got in this league week 12. So a lot of
all
love,
right.
except for 1 week.
Ugh. All right. All right. Well, we got through the bets. Okay. If you want to go ahead and give your rank, do you have the rankings ready? You want to go
I
ahead and
do.
shout those
Yep.
out? Okay. So the way we could do this, as you go through the rankings, I know you wanted to give
Hmm.
a little advice, recommendation, or comment about each team.
Believe it or not, I'm going to stay positive on absolutely everybody,
Okay.
and
All
then
right.
I'll leave you to
Staying
be
positive.
I'll leave you to be negative and rip into people.
Hey, I would never do that. I never do that. That's not what we do here on
No,
Deep Diving on the DCs.
of course not.
Okay. Are you going
Uh,
from 12 to 1 or random or 1 to
yeah,
12?
yeah.
Okay.
So number 12, I'm going to go with Shen Money. I mean,
Okay.
how can you go with anybody else at this point? Um, I mean, a winless season is extremely possible. But the positive, I said I was going to stay as positive as I can with everybody. He does have Tua. I'm a humongous Tua fan, even though I took Mr. Herbert uh, instead of Tua. But Tua and Amari Cooper to build around, they're going to be good for a long time, I hope, for him. Other than that, just get through the season, smile, be happy, and wait till next season. What do you got on Shinwoo?
Well, I know in the Discord yesterday he finally took initiative and made it known he's wanting picks.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. I think the criticism from me and other owners is, he's not going to win. He's not going to make the playoffs this year. So trade away some assets to get picks and set your lineup. Got to set your lineup, Shinwoo. The word on the street was he was very unhappy about the fine, but you got to set your lineup. That's the fact. So come on, Shinwoo. But the thing is, you have to admit, I mean, his bench scored 0 points like in 3 consecutive weeks. I mean, he has Josh Rosen on his bench, who is not on an NFL team, and it's just unacceptable.
Right.
I will agree with the commissioner on something he said on his show. is you might as well just drop the bench for people that accumulate points. I mean, you gotta have points. So
No, I agree. Now he did start a lineup against me last week, but all right, moving on to number 11.
okay.
One of my new favorite people in the league, Mr. Kevin, uh, made a brilliant trade with
All right, I'm
this
gonna
guy.
I'm gonna pause you right there. You're one of your new favorite people in the league. What do you?
Hmm.
Why on earth, or how on earth could he be one of your favorite people in the league?
Well, let me tell you, hockey is his number one sport, and that by itself puts him way up there in this league. Number two, he's a nice guy. And number three, he made a really good trade with this guy, so that boosts him up right there.
That yeah, I vehemently disagree. Um, in fact,
I think
if
you disagree vehemently, but I'm not sure. But please continue.
no, well, the thing is, so I don't know if you saw earlier, but Brendan is going to have a new show, and Kevin's his first guest,
Hmm.
and there's one section of it is other league members can send in questions. Well, I sent in some questions, and I'll just say straight up why did he accept your trade and not mine? That's one question, and another
Because
question.
I'm more likable than you, I'm a better owner than you, and
Okay,
I've got a better team.
all right. Well, this okay. Mister Koala.
Hmm.
Oh my! Oh no! All right, I gotta pause. I gotta pause. All right. I just got a text. I just got a text from Kevin's fiance, Allison,
Love
saying,
her.
"Quit talking shit on my fiance."
That's right.
Hey,
Allison. Oh, you know what? I've got a new word for Allison. That's right.
unbelievable, Kevin. Kevin, if you have a problem with me, text or call me yourself. You don't have to have other people do it.
Okay,
Don't have
buddy.
your
Okay,
fiance.
let me take out the WWE persona for a second here and tell you as your dad, don't mess with the Smith girl. Okay, that's all I got.
Fair enough. Fair enough. I can't argue that. All right. Well, okay. Kevin at number 11.
Hmm.
All right.
On the positive for Kevin, for real, I hope he does continue to trade off assets for draft picks because you can get good fast, as Austin knows, uh, with draft picks if you do it well. Kevin has Adam Thielen, Devontae Parker, Ruggs is going to be a stud for the Raiders for a long time. I hope he keeps that receiver group, but we'll see. But that's a nice little receiver group to build around, in my opinion.
Yeah, I that's good. But wide receivers always have an abundance of there's always an abundance of receivers, more so than running backs or quarterbacks. Hopefully Kevin's learned his lesson that quarterbacks are valuable because I really think he could have been competitive this year if he had decent quarterbacks, or if he would have
Hmm.
drafted uh, more than Nick Foles in
Hmm.
our expansion draft. So yeah, that
Okay,
those
moving on to number 10. Hate to say it, but it's going to be Brendan, only because his team is so decimated. And I don't recall a team in our league that got as beat up in his top five players as he has this year. It's kind of sad to see. Um, on a positive, he's got CD Lamb. In the past 5 years in college football, there was nobody I liked more coming out of college into the NFL draft than CD Lamb. Brendan was smart enough to get him. Props to him for that. Well, I got a trivia question for you.
okay.
CD Lamb played for two great quarterbacks at Oklahoma. Both of them are in the NFL now. Who are they?
Yeah, I guess so. Have to be Kyler Murray
Yep.
and Baker, I guess.
Actually, Baker was his freshman year. Then he went to Kyler Murray for a few years. Then Jalen Hurts his senior year.
Oh, so okay,
Three,
the
actually.
three. Wow. All right. Yeah, I forgot Jalen Hurts was there last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy, Oklahoma rolls off the quarterbacks.
Hmm. You got anything about
Sheesh.
Brendan?
Yeah, well, I do. You know, we spoke about the dynasty champions earlier about our depth. Very, we take a lot of pride in, if someone gets hurt, someone goes on the IR, gets COVID, it's next man up. Well, I
Hmm.
think I think the problem with the Heroes is they just relied on two things. One, everybody staying healthy. They maybe they live in this utopian fantasy football world, like nobody gets hurt. And then the other thing is, I think he relied a lot on his rookies to be successful. But in all honesty, rookies have to earn their spot in the league. CeeDee Lamb has been great, but other than that, I think maybe he had too high of expectations for Cam Akers. Um, and who's his other? Chenault's been all right, but he's had some running back problems. But Dak and Saquon out for the season, and that hurts. Those are two.
It's, I think it more than hurts. I mean, that's brutal.
Yeah, no, it look. I'm not. Yeah, those are two elite players in the league, but maybe for I don't have a Saquon equivalent, but I like if Aaron Rodgers and um Kenyon or David Johnson, if they were hurt, I'd still expect my team to make the playoffs.
Hmm.
It's hard to survive in this league with two quarterbacks. It
Hang on. I think Ryan's texting in. Hey, you have all those guys, Scott. You're still not going to make the playoffs. Wow, that's a good one, Ryan. You got anything for Ryan on that?
I don't think Ryan texted that. I'm gonna
You
I'm
don't?
gonna I'm gonna call you out on that. Okay,
Well, I think he
well,
thought it if he didn't text it.
yeah. Wait, so repeat that one more time.
I forgot what he said. I've already deleted the
Oh,
text.
all right. No, hey, if if my players get hurt, someone gets hurt, Brendan, if someone breaks Matt Ryan's leg, I'm just gonna slide in Aaron Rodgers and Drew Lock. That's all I'm gonna do. All right, we got depth. If two of them get hurt, we'll find a way to make it work. Not gonna have to tank. So
Hmm.
in the free agent draft, here's props to you, koalas. You got Andy Dalton in the free agent draft, correct?
Hmm. Yep.
Well, that could have been an easy solution for Brendan. Have the security blanket. So we'll
Hmm.
see. Is Drew Lock good? Well, we'll find out against the Chargers. Here's it. I want to talk to you about this. The Chargers and Broncos play each other this upcoming week. What
Yep.
are your thoughts on that matchup, real quick, before we move on in the rankings?
I mean, if you take Burrow out of the equation, the two best young quarterbacks in the NFL head to head, I think Locke is going to be great. I really do. It's not because he was a Mizzou guy. I just love his attitude. I love the way he plays. And then Herbert is who he is. My God, it's like young Kurt Warner, young Philip Rivers all over again. Um, oh, and he's on my team, I believe, too. That helps.
Here's the thing. No one's on a bye week for me in terms of quarterbacks, but I'm starting Drew Lock this week. Um, here's the thing. No one's on a bye week for me in terms of quarterbacks, but I'm starting Drew Lock this week. Um, doing that is because I need Drew Lock to step it up. Okay, and I don't think he's been as good as he should be. But what's going to happen this week is he's going to look across the sideline and he's going to see rookie Justin over there throwing the ball. Justin Herbert, the way he's playing is what I expect from Drew Lock. So I think
Hmm.
I think Lock playing against Herbert is going to be a wake up call and the first step to Lock becoming an elite quarterback. That's why I'm
I
starting Drew
hate
Lock this week.
I hate to admit it, but I actually agree with you 100% because Locke is a very competitive guy, and I think there's a lot of truth to what you said.
There is no
Um,
reason Herbert should be outplaying Lock. I
Except
think
he's
Lock
great.
Herbert's great. Herbert's great, but Lock it has not been great. But I need Lock to look at the other sideline and see. Well, this guy's just bombing the ball. Lock doesn't have worse
Oh,
weapons than the
okay.
Broncos.
No, actually, to defend Locke a little bit, Vic Fangio or Fangio, whatever his name is a moron. I've never liked the guy, and he's telling Locke what to do and not to do. Locke cannot throw the ball 80 yards in the air like Herbert's doing. It's an offensive philosophy that some coaches hate. And I just don't think he's going to allow Locke to ever do that. And that's going to hurt you and him.
Sure. Yeah, you very well could be right about that, and that'd be disappointing if that's the case. Um, so yeah, if it's a play calling issue,
Yes.
props to the Chargers for letting Herbert be himself. But I gotta see I gotta see something from Locke this week. So Brendan, is Drew Lock good? Look, I think he is, but he has a lot to prove. I'll say that. Brendan asked if Drew Lock is good. So
Mm-hmm.
that's my honest answer. Is I think so,
No,
but
I really do too. I would love to have him on my team.
yeah, and I know Brendan would too. Right, Brendan? A second year quarterback
On to number 9.
in Dynasty League. Yeah, let's go back to the rankings.
So 12 Shinwoo, 11 Kevin, 10 Brendan, and this is currently, guys, by the way. Number 9, Patrick. Patrick is the most interesting team in the entire league to me. I think he should be better than he is this year and last year. I don't know why he isn't better. Um, I'll tell you what Patrick is. You ready for this?
What's that?
Patrick is to fantasy football as Ryan is to MMA betting. How about that?
Do you want to
So
now? I get you, but do you want to explain what you mean by that to everybody in the league?
what I mean is Patrick in fantasy football knows what he's doing. He's got a good knowledge base. He drafts well, does everything well, just doesn't win. Ryan has a great MMA knowledge base. We watch a lot of fights together, and he knows what he's talking about. He does it himself. He's very talented personally at it. But he cannot pick a winner against me ever. I think the current record is something like 24-2. Heads up between us. I'm the 24, he's the 2, or something to that effect. Maybe you can remember more accurately. Um, anyway, if we would be betting real money, he would be down a lot, a lot. And again, he should be better than he is. He just doesn't learn. Patrick, I think you're good in every way. I like your team. I wish you would win. You just don't. I don't get it.
And I can confirm that bet. In fact, it might even be worse. It might be 50-2. You might be generous about the 24-2.
Yep.
Yeah. So we'll have to keep an eye on that. Patrick's team. Did you have any other thoughts about Patrick's team? What he should do?
Again, I really do like it. He may not have a lot of depth, but I like the starters usually, and other teams just outscore him week to week. He gets unlucky, and I don't get it.
Sure. Yeah. You know what? He's interesting this year. He's actually doing better than I thought. But similar to Brendan and Kevin and any other person in this league that doesn't have 3 quarterbacks. And I know it's impossible for everybody to have 3 starters, but got to plan smarter. I mean, he went into the season with Stafford and Dwayne Haskins, and look what happened to Haskins. Yikes. So he's just rolling with Stafford. This will be a big draft coming up. The quarterbacks are going to go flying. I mean, Lawrence, Fields.
Well, there's going to be a lot of them in the coming draft.
Yeah, and I could potentially see any quarterback that is drafted in the first and second round of the NFL draft. They might be the first taken in our draft. Now, maybe there's 5 quarterbacks taken before there's any other position taken in our next draft.
Yeah, there may be.
Yeah, we'll see. But nice, yeah. So Patrick, I'm sure he'll be after quarterback. It'll be interesting to see what he does the rest of the year because he's 3-4, so he's a game out of the playoff spot. But does he think? I would like to know what he thinks. Does he think he has a chance to make it to the playoffs? So I don't know what Patrick's thinking right now. It would be good to ask him, but stay tuned. Get give a little foreshadowing for episode next week.
Well, the last time I looked, I think Austin and Ryan both have like 58 quarterbacks on their roster. Maybe Patrick could work up a trade. You never know.
That's true. Yeah, if he thinks if he wants to compete this season, I think that'd be in his best interest.
Moving on to number 8. I'm looking at him right now in the corner of my computer screen. I've got you at number 8.
This is absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Is it blasphemy?
I'm gonna
Um,
okay. Timeout.
yeah.
Leo's the Beast said the same thing in his rankings. How am I number 8? And he put me below Chris and Austin.
Yes.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
No, it's not.
How do you have me at number 8? How?
Well, first of all, it's not Mr. B, it's not Leo, it's the defending best player in our league, title holder, Mr. Leo Boydock. He agrees with me. If you had David Montgomery, you would make the playoffs. So it's really in your court. You would move up from number 8 in the rankings, and you would make the playoffs, and you would probably win the bet with Alex if you make the trade.
Yeah, well, what if I get a player better than David Montgomery, and that's why I'm not trading with you?
Maybe you can do both. Make this amazing trade you're thinking of that you're leaking right now to all of us, but not telling us, and get Montgomery both.
Okay, timeout though. Okay, forget about a trade. I'm not making. If I'm not, let's say I don't make any trades. My roster is. I'm not saying it's the best. It's not. It's not at Johnny's level. It's not at Ryan's level. Okay, you and the Beast. I'd say when you put your best lineup, when you and the Beast put your best lineup out there against my best lineup, I think I'm a little behind. A little behind. I am not worse than Austin or Chris. I'm not. I respect Austin's team.
Okay, first of all, I said currently. So next week you could bump all the way to number 5. But currently, as we sit here, without David Montgomery, no, you're number 8.
I don't know, but you're not. Okay, other than not having David Montgomery, how am I at number 8? Like, my team is fine. But
no, I agree. You've got a good team.
I don't even understand. So, like, 7th would be the worst case. I don't know. I don't see how I get worse than 7th. If I come in 7th, that's possible. I don't see how it's possible.
Okay.
Who do you have at 7?
So let me move on to number 7, and I'll explain. That's what I'm going to do, and I'll explain why you're at 8. Chris is at number 7. Okay, so one big bad thing about Chris and one good thing about Chris. The bad thing is he's got the stupidest name of all time in team history names. Why in the world, if you want to be a donut, be a freaking Dunkin' Donut, not a Krispy Kreme. What the hell is that? Okay, that's the bad. The good, though, is he is going to set a record for points against. I'm not saying he's got a bad team, but you're going to win a whole lot of games when nobody scores against you ever. Like, look at his points against. It's ridiculous. And I know that's a lot of luck, but my God, it's like 300 points difference from somebody like Shin Wu or me or Austin.
I agree. I think he was finally exposed this week.
By me.
Well, he didn't.
I exposed him the week before, right? And that was with half my team on the bench.
Wait a sec. Is it you played him last week? No. It was Patrick.
The week before.
The week before. Okay. But he beat you.
No, he didn't. Come on now. Don't be silly. I had half my team on a bye week and I still won. I'm the Vegas Koalas.
Okay. I don't remember. Okay. All right. Yeah, I guess that would have been his second loss, third loss. Right? Because he's
on a losing streak at the moment, if I remember.
Okay. All right. Well, he put up like 108 this last week. I know that.
Mm-hmm.
And Patrick won, scoring he put up like 120. Chris, look, hey, I appreciate what you're doing for the league. I really like the lines. I'm glad you're in the league. You're a super valuable member. Like you as a person.
He drafted well.
Sure, but I do not like the fact that you and the Beast have Chris ahead of me is very offensive. Very offensive. I don't understand it. I quite honestly don't get it. Just look at the points scored. You said it yourself. The points scored. Like that he's finally regressing to the mean these last 2 weeks. I mean, if we went on points scored, he'd be in like 11th place. Something like that. He's I don't believe in his team, but anyway, keep going. Whoever you have at sixth place is probably not going to make the
Number
playoffs.
six. Number six is my boy Austin. Um,
He's 2 and
I think
5.
he's on the cusp. I know, but I'm telling you, man,
Oh,
I love his young talent. I'm not talking for this year, but if he was totally healthy this year and he played you, I don't know who I would pick. Heads up. Forget against the spread. I'm talking heads up. If both of your teams are healthy, I'm just saying I love his young talent, and that's why I've got him all the way at number six, even with a poor record.
okay. Now, time out, time out. So
Mm-hmm.
these rankings, they're not they're not projections for this season, but you're talking like
Oh,
overall dynasty rankings.
currently, right now, currently, this week.
Okay. Look, I all right. Okay, keep going. I mean, look, I respect Austin's team. In fact, I in the beginning of the year, Austin, it was Austin and Chris that Brendan and I disagreed on.
If I recall, you
Like,
put Chris like winless.
yeah, I had Chris at 2 wins. I think it was. But I had Austin being successful. I like Austin. Austin
Mm-hmm.
has the quarterbacks. Justin Jefferson has turned out great for him, and he's run into some bad
Mm-hmm.
luck. So Austin,
Okay, look at his points against. It is insane. Complete
yeah,
opposite of Chris.
yes, yes, yeah. So putting Austin ahead of Chris, that makes sense. Austin could easily be 5-2 instead of 2-5.
I agree. But
Um,
somehow they're both ahead of you, is what you're saying, and that does not please you at the moment.
okay, but the fact that Austin only has 2 wins,
Uh
so
huh.
if we're talking about like who's going to make the playoffs, it is gonna be really really hard for Austin to make it. Really
Okay,
hard.
I'll tell you right now. I'm going to give you one of my prop bets. I'm going to say right now that even if Chris has a winning record, which I don't think he's going to have, believe it or not, he will not make the playoffs. I think Austin has a better shot of making our playoffs than Chris, which would mean he would almost need to win out. And yes, I'm saying that out loud. I just think like you said, it's going to regress to the mean on Chris very badly, very soon. Some people are going to start dumping 180 on him a lot, and he's not going to be able to keep up.
Yeah, yeah. Here's the interesting thing is, I'm trying to battle for a spot, and you, Chris, and Alex all have pretty favorable schedules, and that's who I'm competing against. Like I need one of you to fall. Um, so it's going to be tough. I need Chris has a favorable schedule, but um, I don't know how good he is. So I'm gonna need him to lose. I'm counting on him to lose. Is
I think he will. The funny thing is, I actually think you and Alex are both going to make the playoffs. I don't know, but that's what I think at the moment.
Wait, say that again.
I think you and Alex are both going to make the playoffs for sure.
Wait, so why do you have me at eighth?
Okay, moving on to
What?
number five.
Oh,
Let's get
what?
to Alex.
What are these rankings? How you make these in 30 seconds? All right, keep going.
Brian might have paid me off a little bit, but number five, Alex. I mean, the guy's got 4 wins in a row. Uh, Kind of a weird thing. I got to let you know. I've scored 160 plus every week this year, except one week when I like put out like 108. It happened to be against Alex, so I'm sure you're not too happy about that with your bet that I decided to take a week off. But that'll be the only time Alex ever beats me this year or next, by the way. But he did. Good for you. Um, I mean, I think he's got a good team. I think he's going to make the playoffs. Like I said,
Does he? Does he have a good team?
I'm saying yes. What do you think?
Oh man, is it week 11? Okay, you were talking week 12. You play
Oh, week 12,
Ryan.
Ryan is going to quit football. But what do you got? Week
Okay,
11 against
I
Alex?
think I think it's week 11. I play Alex, and Alex is gonna wanna quit football after that. It. Look, that week 11, when I play Alex, that could be the deciding game for the bet. Whoever wins the bet, it could easily be determined between our head-to-head matchup.
Hmm.
Um, I'm excited. I've been planning trades in my lineup and everything around week 11. So I hope he's ready to go, and he's not going to use it. There's no excuses. I don't care who's hurt. I don't care if like five of my players are hurt. I got to find a way to win. There's
Hey, I'm getting a text from Alex now. He says, if you trade David Montgomery to him, I'm never going to talk to you again. See, Alex does not want you to have David Montgomery. He's afraid. So
well,
that should
look,
let you know you ought to do it.
I I gave you a very generous offer for Montgomery.
Hmm.
Okay, but as the weeks pass, I mean, there's value in me being able to play him. So like I don't know if I could offer you the same thing.
Well, I think you've already got a deal in place, and I accept a week from now.
Yeah, we'll see about that. I'm really hoping for another deal instead. But we'll see. If that deal doesn't happen, then we can talk.
So how about number 4 in my rankings?
Do you want wait, all right, actually no, keep going. I don't want to talk about Alex's team. I,
You're not going to want to talk about this guy's team either, but you're going to be pretty happy I put him at number 4 in his place, and that's the commish. The Rye Bread franchise
whoa,
is at number
whoa.
4.
That's all right. I like to hear that.
Well, you
Number
should.
4, rye bread at number 4. Yes.
Well, think about it. He got
I
lucky as hell this week to get a win. I feel bad for the Madden franchise. They got robbed. Um, he's going to get another horrific loss in week 12, we already discussed. I mean, he's going to be sitting with 3, 4 losses easy at the end of the year. He will not be anywhere near the number 1 seed at the end of the year in the regular season. Um, what do you got on Ryan? I know you love the man.
I think it's awesome you have him at 4. I think a lot of people suck up to him, and that's why they consistently put him at 1 and 2. But
Hmm.
I think 4, uh, you're finally speaking the truth. Some people might even say, who knows? He could end this season on a losing streak. He's at what, 5 wins? Actually, he's at 6 wins, right? I think he's
He's
six
at
and
6
one.
and 1 right now, and he will have 3 losses minimum by the end of the year.
Okay, all right. Well, I'm saying it's theoretically possible he finishes 6 and 7. It's possible, but probably not likely.
Okay, Ryan, he lost me there, buddy. I'm back on your side.
All
Uh,
right, but I like Ryan at 4. That's a good spot.
Number 3, I've got nothing but good things to say about these next 2 people, or 3 people. Number 3 is Mr. B. Again, he's the title holder. He's got the belt around his waist, baby, strutting around St. Louis wearing it proudly, and he should. He's got a very good team. And I think I've got to play him in week 10 or 11. And I can tell you the Vegas Koalas are going to get a pep talk in the locker room for the first time in like 2 months. Um, think about him. And he's stayed relatively injury free, and so have I. So we've both been lucky on that. What do you got in Mr. B?
Well, he's an interesting team because I think it was him that said on Monday Night Commish um, that you're as good as your flex spots, and I really like that quote. Um, and when we look at flex spots, um, he's got better flex than Johnny. Um, got better flex than you. Sorry. Ryan's really the only one that could compete in the flex spot category. But I think this last week, I know Mike Evans had a rough week, and DK Metcalf had a rough week. But when you in an average week.
Wait.
Yeah, go ahead.
DK Metcalf had a rough week. Why?
Hey, that's an excellent question. Why did DK Metcalf have a rough week? Maybe he's not. Maybe I'm, because he's definitely not the number one receiver on Seattle. I'll tell you that. Um,
Nobody can argue that point after that performance by Lockett. My
yeah,
God.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, what an absolute stud, Tyler Lockett. What a beast.
Didn't the commish give him up
Okay,
for nothing?
I got all right. Timeout. All right, this. Yeah, the commish did give him up. That's a great point. Okay, we got some chat going on. Deceptive Magic sent. Brendan says Patrick Peterson. The Bees say Patrick Peterson. I want you. Okay, you clearly, you guys did not watch the game. I want you to go back and watch the highlights of Tyler Lockett's first two touchdowns. Watch Tyler Lockett's first two touchdowns and tell me who is covering him. Please, let me know. You got time. I'm sure it won't take long. Who was covering Tyler Lockett on his first two touchdowns? All right, get back to me on that. Because it might be the person you're saying in the text. So, yeah, DK Metcalf couldn't get open against Patrick Peterson, but someone else could. All right, sorry. Keep going. That got me fired up. Patrick Peterson, my butt.
Okay, even if Peterson has a role in the rest of the game, still has to make every beautiful rocket man go on the end zone. I'm not taking anything away from you, Lockett, on that.
Yeah. Okay, all right. Deb, hold on, real quick. So, the Koala headphones might be coming. Maybe it's the Wi-Fi, maybe it's something. But here, can you talk just to make sure it's good? I'm losing connection here.
All right. Testing 1, 2, 3.
All
3, 2,
right.
1.
Because it's getting
My own. I've, I've got my own. I've got my own work email things going on at the same time. Sorry about that.
okay. Yeah, it's getting a little choppy. But yeah, that sounded better. That last sentence sounded better.
It might be because I was sending emails and texts at the same time. Done.
Okay. All right. No problem. That sounds better. Okay. I gotta read these so he can cover excess. All I'm saying is my point is, um, if Metcalf was good, I'm not all right. In all seriousness, Metcalf is a good player. He's a good player, but Lockett scored two touchdowns on Patrick Peterson. So Patrick Peterson covering Metcalf is not a good excuse for Metcalf playing bad. That's my point. Does that make sense?
I'm with you on this, actually. I'm not agreeing with you at all. He had a great game. Lockett did, no matter who was on him.
Yeah. Okay. But okay. Did you have anything else you paused me when I said Evans and Metcalf? Um, did you have any comments on them
No.
or them? Okay. Because my point was, on an average week, Mike Evans and DK Metcalf as the flex spot, and he had AJ Brown and
Mhm.
Devontae Adams as his receivers. So that
That's crazy.
it is, and those are solid flex spots. Absolutely solid. So that's tough to beat.
Um, yeah, that's one of the reasons he's got the title. He's got a good team overall. That's what I'm trying to say. The only reason there's two people above him, though, and I'll move on to number two, is my fellow Mizzou, fellow hockey buddy, Mr. Watson, is at number two. The guy just scores nonstop. I mean, can anybody slow him down? I mean, Ryan had to get lucky on him. I dumped 170 something on him in week 1 and lost. I mean, that's how good this guy is. Uh, the only issue I have with his team, though, is yes, he's got the best two quarterbacks in football on one team, but who's his third quarterback?
Yeah, it's a good question.
I, I can't think of him.
No,
Jacob Eason. Is Eason even on a team? I don't know. But if one of those two gets hurt, he's in a lot of trouble, you would think.
yeah, no, I agree. And that's a really good point because if as good as Mahomes and Wilson are, if one of them was to get hurt, then he basically turns out like Brendan. In fact, worse than
Mm-hmm.
I could argue worse than Brendan because Brendan has good wide receivers across it. Brendan could start 5 really good
Receivers.
receivers. Johnny
Right.
can't do that. I don't. Well, not as good as Brendan anyway.
Mm-hmm.
Um, now Johnny has better running backs by a long shot. But Johnny, yeah, I mean, I don't know how far off that comparison is, but um, yeah, you bring up a good point about just having two quarterbacks. But he's got two of the best, if not some would
No, I
say,
think they are the two best.
yeah, they very well could be.
And then number one is pretty easy for the league to understand. You're looking at them. I
This
mean, tell me when my next loss is going to be. If any of you want to go to the schedule, when is my next loss going to be? Tell me. Explain it to me.
All right. Well, you don't have to play me again, so maybe it's possible. But
Ah,
but
that's funny.
yeah, these rankings are so flawed. I doubt. I gotta be honest with you, Koalas. I'm not sure if anybody in the league will agree with your rankings. These I hear a lot of flaws in them, but okay, yeah, appreciate the effort anyway. Oh man, are you sure you don't want to give us honest rankings here?
I mean, I'll move you to number 7 maybe, but no, other than that, I'm good at the moment.
So we got you at 1, me at 8, Chris and
Hmm.
Austin above me. That just
Hmm.
makes me upset. Um, Ryan at 4. I know Ryan would disagree with that. But
Am I being too nice or what?
I think you're being too nice. Yeah, Ryan probably thinks he's like 5 or 6 realistically. But okay, yeah, no, that's interesting to hear different rankings from the Beast when he gave them. Um, I'll check the chat real quick. Um, Look, okay, let me make something clear. So there's a lot of talk about Peterson and Metcalf. Um, I'm not hating on Metcalf. Like Mr. B, DK is awesome. I I love DK, and I think he is better in the long run than Lockett. I'd rather have DK than Lockett. Okay, um, but my point is, all my point was, okay. So Seattle or Arizona went into the game is according to the Beast wanting to shut down Metcalf, and if that was their goal, they did a great job of that. But Lockett's an absolute stud of a number 2. But the part I guess we disagree on um, is this Peterson thing. If Lockett scored touchdowns on people other than Peterson, then I get it. But he did score 2 on Peterson. So I mean, if you're trying to shut someone down, it seems like Peterson would be the guy. So that's all I'm saying. But I'm not hating on DK at all. Like DK is fantastic. I love Metcalf for sure. Um, yeah, hopefully that makes sense. That's my point. Okay. All right. I like the view of the koalas.
Well, so do the other people that didn't care about your conversation.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just trying to respond to
And
uh
nonsense.
Brendan and Leo, but Yeah, we could agree. Because Leo says Russell didn't even consider him as an option. Um, yeah, that's probably true at some points, but okay, all good. It doesn't matter. Okay, so that all right, Koalas. Thank you for the rankings there and the thoughts on each team. Um, we've covered a lot, but
I've got a couple
yeah,
of quick, I've got a couple of quick prop bets that I
okay,
would like to pass on if anybody's interested.
that's great. So and just to confirm, you're being the house on this.
Yes, but I have not set the lines yet on any of these, so I'm just going to throw them out there, let you think about them.
Okay,
Number one, Chris will miss the playoffs. It's that
okay,
simple. His record may be good. He may be 7-6, but he's going to miss the playoffs. That's number one. Number two, the Rye Bread franchise will not finish number one overall in the regular season. I'll take any bet on that. Uh, Shen Money will not win a game this year. Number four, and this is a tough one to bet on. It's more of a comment than a bet, but either Patrick or Austin is going to upset a whole lot of teams by the end of the year. Again, I like both of their teams more than their record indicates, and I think they're going to ruin a lot of people's playoff hopes before it's all said and done.
yeah, I agree.
And then the last one is I will finish with at least 9 wins. So 9-4 or better would be my bet for the Koalas. So
Okay,
there you go. You got four to pick from, and I will book all of them.
okay, all right, very good. I like those. Those are solid prop bets. So just to recap, we have Chris missing the playoffs,
Yep.
Ryan not being the
Number
one
one
seed,
overall.
and
Mm-hmm.
then you at 9-4 or better. Is that what you officially
Yep.
said? Okay, and then I'm missing one. I
Shenwu will
think
not win a game,
Shinwoo. Okay,
and that's not something I want to see happen. I just think it's going to happen.
sure, sure. Okay,
Now
very
that
good.
might get altered. That bet would be void if he makes any trades.
Okay, Brendan has one for you if you wanna include this
Mm-hmm.
one. He will lose at least two more players on long-term IR.
Oh no way! I'm not taking that bet. I'll take the over. In fact, make that an over/under, and I'll take the over.
Oh my gosh. I'd gladly take the I'd gladly take the under, but it's not. I don't know.
At
All
least he's
good.
got a sense of humor about it.
Yeah. Um, who do you play this week again?
Does it matter? Do we need to even look? I think it's Austin of
Well,
all people.
it's Austin. Oh yeah, it is
Yep.
Austin. It is Austin. Well, there's some predictions out there uh, that you're going to lose this week.
Okay, I'm favored by 38, I think, and that's being generous by Chris.
This is
Uh-oh. I just got a text again.
yeah, league member or non-league member.
Yeah, league member.
Uh oh.
I think I need to boost the discount Belichick's confidence level, since he seems to think Shenwu is going to beat him, but I don't think so.
Okay. Oh well, is that do they play each other this week? Is that the matchup?
I don't think it's this week.
Okay. All right. Kevin did say earlier that Shinwoo would win this week against Chris. It's Chris. Yeah, Shinwoo would beat Chris. That was Kevin's prediction. But hey, the Beasts are predicting an Austin victory over you this week. Just
Against
so
the
you know,
spread or straight up?
straight up.
Okay.
Word.
Let's put this official bet on YouTube right now, straight up with Mr. B. Let's get the amount of money and whatever else he wants right now.
Oh. All right.
I'd have even given him 38, but he's saying straight up.
Oh, all
Let's
right.
do it.
He's just kidding. All right, just kidding. We got it. Just kidding.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. All right. That was good. I thought he was serious.
Oh,
Nice. Alrighty.
You have any
Well,
rapid fire stuff for me? That's kind of fun usually.
I do. That's what I wanted to finish on. But I got a really really good one to start you off. I think you'll enjoy this one. Okay, you got to name the three best poker players in this dynasty league. Who are the three best poker players in this dynasty league?
Whoa.
Rank them one, two,
Okay,
and
well
three.
it's okay. Well, I'm 1, 2, and 3. So if you take me out of it, you're clearly number 2 because you're related to me. So let's take you out of it. So let's take you and me out of it, and I'll
Okay.
go from there. Um,
I thought I was gonna be number one, so you're not putting me at number one.
well, I'm going to die eventually, so you'll be number 1 then. How about that? Um,
Well, now hold on, are maybe I should have clarified. Are we basing number one off the maybe the last three poker events? Because the last three poker events you and I have been involved in. Do you want to share with the league who's won?
me.
Have you? I don't
Yes.
recall. I don't recall that. I think I've had three successful.
Oh, you're talking online. I thought you meant like our get-togethers at the house. Okay. So online, you've done very well. You have. Uh,
Maybe you could
but
speak to
back,
the last time we were in. What was the last in person poker we played together? How did that go?
oh my God, I gotta say, kid, he won quite a bit of money against a pretty good lineup
See,
in the
all
home
right,
game.
all right. So I
And we're
might
talking,
be number one.
he took home 4 figures, literally. No kidding. In a limit game. That's the insane thing about it. Uh, okay,
Well,
back to the question. Yeah,
yeah, I was gonna. There might be a correlation here. I mean, I might be the number one poker player and fantasy player. That's incredible. Okay, but anyway, I didn't
I
want to
think the
interrupt.
incredible thing is you said the right word, maybe. Um, okay,
I shouldn't have said that.
I gotta go. There's some really good poker players in this league of ours. You know what? I'm not going to say. I'm going to void the question. It was a good one, but I'm going to void it. How
Really?
about this? How about the hardest against, instead of picking the best 3, how about the people I have the hardest time against, me personally?
Okay, we can hear that.
Okay, because that alters, that way feelings don't get hurt. Without any doubt, Alex is number 1. Um, the reason I'm the best there ever was or the best there ever will be in the poker world is because I know what other people have almost every hand. I can tell you right now, Alex is one of the hardest people I've ever tried to read, and I'm not kidding. So for me, Alex is tough to play against. I'll leave it at that. Um,
Now, if Mike Urbanic was asked this question, he'd say
oh, it would be
CB.
CB. Chris would be instant answer for Mike.
Yeah.
Chris has a recklessness to his game, and I think it's on purpose that he can be difficult. Uh, he has no fear, which you need to be great eventually. So that's a definite positive for him. But Brendan has some skills. Ryan has some skills. Chris has some skills. Alex is hard for me to read. I would love to play with Patrick and Austin sometime. Uh, Mr. B is a chameleon. He'll play absolutely brilliant poker for the first couple hours, and then he'll get bored, I think. And then he becomes like he's never played before sometimes. I think he does get bored, though, at least in tournaments. I've never seen him play cash. And you are quite good, I will say. You're a very good player.
We just got a request from the Discount Belichick's
Mm-hmm.
for a Dynasty Poker League to be set up.
Oh my God. Kevin for commissioner right now.
All right,
Kevin
very
is the
good.
smartest man I've ever heard.
I like it. I like the idea. I'll get back to
Except
you on that, Kevin.
the stakes are going to be quite a bit higher than this fantasy football league if we do that.
Higher than $100 buy-in? We got $100
Yeah.
buy-in here. Oh my gosh. I think that might turn some people away. I don't know. No, that's a good idea. I like
But
it.
hey, all kidding aside, we can absolutely. I will pay for the condo in Vegas if we can work out a rookie draft or free agent draft maybe next year.
I think that sounds like an awesome idea. I feel like people would be on board with that. I think it sounds like a blast. Very good. All right, you ready for the next one?
Ready?
All right, we seem to have a food theme for rapid questions in the past, so we're going to stick to that. Chipotle or Qdoba?
Qdoba. The shredded beef brisket, delicious.
Okay. You see, I'm not going to disagree with you, but I think the majority of people would say Chipotle. I think it seems more popular, but I like it. All right, where would you get sushi from? Sushi AI or Kataro?
Oh, sushi AI. That's easy. Oh, I gotta say, I went to a place in Creve Coeur, and I'm not gonna say it right. It's a weird name. It was called Oishi Sushi, Oishi Sushi today. I got a
Mm,
lobster boat. So it's a lobster tail cut up in pieces, and it was like fried tempura, and
mm.
then two spicy tuna and one spicy salmon. Unbelievably good.
Okay, wow,
So,
that
hey,
sounds
good
awesome.
question on the sushi.
So one more to sushi Oishi
Oishi Sushi is the name.
Oishi sushi. Okay, cool. All right. Um, now you you answered this one earlier, but maybe you could give an explanation as to why you believe Dunkin' Donuts is better than Krispy Kreme. I think the Krispy Kremers would be very curious as to why you have this opinion.
They're just better. I mean, Krispy Kremes are like liquidy and nasty, and they're just gross to me. I don't know why people like them. Dunkin' Donuts has like, I don't know, 50 to pick from. Krispy Kreme, I've seen the same liquidy glazed donuts all the time. I don't know what else they have.
Hmm. So it's fair to say
What
you.
about yeah,
Oh,
what about you on that? What kind of donut would you prefer out of those two?
oh, that's a good question. You see, the thing is, I don't want to like donuts,
Hmm.
but I kind of do. You know, they're donuts are like just good enough to where it's hard to not eat them. You know, especially if they're available.
Hmm.
I But I'd rather go to Heaven Sense. So I know this. I know Heaven Sense wasn't an option, but like I would much prefer that over Dunkin' Donuts or Krispy Kreme. Um,
Yeah, good pick. I forgot all about it.
but I might lean Krispy Kreme, but I definitely get what you're saying. I'm not going to disagree with you. And I think I'd agree with you on Qdoba as well. Don't.
Yeah, and back to Chris for a second. I mean, it is
Mhm.
amazing what he's done this year for a rookie franchisee. To get this many wins first season this fast is very cool. So well done to him. And again, he may finish 7-6, but the league is so top heavy right now. I just don't think he's going to make the playoffs. Nothing against him. It's just going to be hard to do.
Yeah, no, I agree. Well, I'll get back to Chris in just a second and Kevin. Um, Last week we had a major debate uh, with Brent. I think it was Brendan was on, right? Yeah, Brendan. We talked about Popeyes, Raising Cane's, and Chick-fil-A. I need you to rank
Oh,
those one, two, and three.
oh, that's a good one. I can't do that. I mean, okay, Raising Cane's is third. I can put that last for sure for me.
You better hope your other son's not listening to this.
I know, I know. Uh, Overall, I prefer Chick-fil-A. However, I love red beans and rice, and Popeyes has phenomenal red beans and rice. So I'm going to put them tied for first.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, I gave the league a heads up of what you thought of Popeye's sides.
Yeah, the
Nice.
sides
Yep. I agree with you on that. I think we agree a lot on food.
on food,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah,
Not so much on
that's
rankings of football teams.
no, that's a fair statement for sure. Well, good deal. Well, koalas. That's all I have for you. If you, I do have a few promotions. You could promote these as well. Give a few comments that I'd like to send out. Uh, First
Do they
off,
relate to this?
excellent. Well, you could be the judge of that. We'll find out. I got three promos today. I'm really racking up the big bucks here at Deep Diving with the DCs. They pay me a lot of money for these promos. First, Krispy Kreme. You know, I want to say I'll get back to Chris in a second. Send him send in your pickums before tomorrow night's game. Chris is doing a really generous thing with another $15 credit if you win. So nobody got it last week, but don't forget to
No,
send in
no,
your
no, no, no,
picks.
no. Whoa, 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 whoa. You know why nobody got it last week? Is he blew his game. Everybody had him winning, and he blew it for himself. Actually,
That's
he blew it so he didn't have to pay everybody.
that's true. Well, I wonder. Okay, yeah, I wonder if he would have won. How many people would have won? That'd be a good question.
Yeah.
Um, no, okay, yeah, no, that's fair. But yeah, feel free to get your picks in. Take advantage of those lines if you see something you don't like. But keep it up, Chris. Glad you were profitable. Um, so don't forget that. Number two, Brendan just sent it in the comment section. Don't forget to send your questions for his live stream tomorrow night. So the
Yeah.
Heroes hot seat. What a cool thing for the league. Um, Excited to have a third show on board. Um, it's nice that Monday Night Commish will, you know, there'll be some competition for second place on who's the second best show in the league. So Monday Night Commish, you got to watch out. You know, you're not in the clear on second best show. What do you think? Do you like the Heroes hot seat idea?
I do. I think it's a very good idea, and he's a very good host, so that'll be fun.
Absolutely, I agree. I think I'm really excited for it. 8 p.m. Brendan said. Um, I'll I'll try to be listening live. I definitely won't miss it though. I'll be giving it a listen. So we got Chris. Get your pickums in. Tune in to the Heroes Hot Seat tomorrow night, and then you know what? I'm feeling generous. I said I'd do three. Um, Rye Bread and Monday Night Commish is doing a great job as well. Um, it is fun to listen to, you know, whether he has a guest or not. So keep up the good work. Tune in next Monday. I'd imagine he has a guest. Usually he likes to rotate between having a guest and not. Um, but keep up the good work. Jared Goff still stinks. So please don't give us another Jared Goff rant. I know Brendan will back me on that. But yeah, I don't know. Are those three good promos? Anything you want to promote? Really,
No, I'm good. Other than let's all go to Vegas next year.
that's good promotion. That's a very good promotion right there. All right. Well, I get that's all I have for you, koalas. Um, is Mr. Koala there in the tree gonna hang out there? Is he there? How off? What's his ratio of in the tree or outside the tree?
I mean, I leave that to him. I don't really interfere with him. So it's a big apartment. He can do what he wants.
Fair enough. Good to hear. Good to hear. All right. Well, Vegas Koalas, thank you very much for being on the show. I know this is. I know you've probably been looking forward to this for months now. Just as
Even
everybody
longer.
is. Okay. Hey, good to hear. Good to hear. This is you marked the halfway point. We are officially halfway through deep diving with the DCs. This was episode 4. We got
Hmm.
4 more coming up. Um, Mr. Yunt is lined up to be the guest next week. That'll be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that. Hear from Patrick. But yeah, looks good to me. Hopefully everybody enjoyed it. Thanks for your participation in the chat. And as always, if you were roasted, I'll speak for myself. By me, it's all in good fun. I know it's probably hard on Kevin today and Brendan on his injuries.
And
I think I was
oh,
hard on
I thought
Kevin.
think you were hard
Yeah.
on Ryan, who's the best commissioner of all time.
Well, I'm not gonna apologize for being harsh on Ryan. No.
Huh.
Uh, but yeah, I think I was extra hard today on Kevin and Brendan, and got into it with the beast on Metcalf and Peterson and Lockett. But appreciate the participation. Um,
Yep.
so you're for sure gonna win this week. I can mark you down against Austin.
Yeah, just put the money on me is all I can tell you.
All right, because you might sway me from not having Austin covering the spread, because that was my initial thought is Austin can cover 36 or whatever it is.
I think Chris is being awfully nice to Austin. It should have been more like 74, 75 on the spread. So uh, do what you got to do, but take me.
Fair enough. All right, yeah, you'll have my pick in the pick'ems for sure.
Thank you.
Well, cool. All right, yeah, we'll go ahead and call it there. Thank you very much, koalas, and good luck this week.